Hey guys, on this episode of Crying in My Car, we talk about sports and athletes getting treated a little bit better than normal students. Then we talk about a fire in Zamunga. All right, that's that right?
No, it's not. Savunga.
Zamunga!
Bro, Zamunga is coming to America.
Zamunga!
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to this edition of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. My name is Devin Siebold, and I've got my good buddy, my comedian friend and resident parent, Mr. James Yan, in studio today. Don't forget to follow us online, rate us 5-star on the podcast. Check out that Board Teachers Comedy Tour, which I'm currently on, making people laugh across the country. And also, I do PD and I do Keynote. Why not? James, he's a comedian. He travels all around and does a bunch of shows. Definitely want to see him live.
Please.
Now, James, we're going to talk about something today that obviously we're well versed in. Sports. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, no, sports. So I wanted to bring this up because I've told some stories in the past, and I've been to some schools that have done some unethical things. In fact, the school that I was at made national news for what we did wrong. But when it comes to sports, did your kids play sports, by the way?
Yeah, one of my kids did play sports.
What?
Isaiah played basketball.
Basketball. Okay,
Yeah.
so how far up?
High school.
High school basketball. Okay, that's pretty good. Impressive, you know. Now, did you go to the basketball games?
Absolutely.
And there was a star on the basketball team.
Yes,
was
there
there
was.
not?
Yes.
And it was not Isaiah.
It was not. It was not.
It was somebody else, right?
He was a star in my heart.
Now, here's the thing, man. I've been the star basketball player. I was, ranked in the state.
Really, I never heard this before.
Yeah, I know, heavily recruited. This is the whole reason I started this podcast, so I can tell the story.
Understood.
So as soon as we're done with this story, the podcast is over.
Okay, got it.
It's done.
Got it.
No, highly ranked, good basketball player. But here's the thing. I got treated differently by my teachers. Things that I thought in my head, they're being nice, I think I can attribute it to being star athletes.
I've seen it.
You have seen it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, see, we got in trouble. My school, it made national news, so I can talk about it. Counselor that went in and manipulated grades of these star athletes to keep them on the squad, and it cost the coach and the counselor their jobs.
So what you're telling me is you had a counselor who cared.
Yeah, well,
That's what I'm
about
hearing.
our season.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. I think they actually had potential jail time for altering records. I think there's like something there that they can go, oh, you access this record maliciously.
Okay.
On
That's
the computer.
a bit extreme. Let's be honest. Like, I've never seen it go that far.
So, but I've never seen, that's the thing is I've never seen these star athletes get the bad grades most of the time. It doesn't get that far to where it's in the grade book. That's the thing that I see is that there's preferential treatment. I remember I was in college. I'm a college basketball player. We got some big games coming up, some tournaments. We had some injuries, and I was told by coach I need, my turn to step up because I was just a freshman. And they were like, we're going on the road. We're looking at some serious play time with you. And I was like, great, this is going to be awesome. I'll be tested. And I remember I was tired. I woke up really exhausted, and we had to go to a practice in the morning. So we had practice before school. And I told my coach, I was like, man, I'm tired, and I'm exhausted. I was like, but I had to stay up all night last night and study for a test. I don't think I'm gonna do good. I said, I got a test first thing. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I can do it. I was like, but I got to head there after this. And I remember I got to the class, and the teacher said, hey, so I heard you were a little tired. I think we can postpone this test.
Okay, you don't have to take the test now like everybody else in the classroom because you're playing, basketball.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I said, oh, okay. I said, say no more.
Really?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing just happened.
I think that happens a lot. I think there's a lot of preferential treatment for star players because a lot of these star athletes invest all their time into being an athlete.
I get it.
And when it comes to homework and grades, they don't meet the requirements to continue to play. And so they have that extra boost behind them to go, hey, how do we get these grades up? I was fortunate that my high school coach was really into academics.
Okay.
We had straight up homework sessions. He was meeting with, that's the thing. This is so crazy too. He got hired, my high school coach, at a college. And this goes to tell you how deep this stuff runs. He got hired at a college and tried to set up study halls and tutors for the students to make sure they were accomplishing their goals.
Oh, no.
And the school pushed back.
Yep.
And he quit. He quit his first year. He was thinking about becoming this coach, and he was a top coach. He had taken us to the state for years, and he wanted to put academics first before the athletics. And they said no.
Let's go ahead and talk about it since you brought
Sure.
it up. We have to keep in mind that a high school is there for education and get kids ready for the next level. But
Right.
a college, whether we want to admit it or not, is a business.
Oh, it was a business.
It is a business.
My knees can tell you it is business.
Business, yes.
Because there is no cartilage in there anymore. Because I was worked.
That's right.
I was worked.
So they're there to sell tickets. They're there to sell jerseys. They're there to get people spending money. And how do they do that is with these athletes at these games. So it's not about the academics. It's about the business of selling academics.
And shout out to my coach, Coach Emerson Murray. Great coach.
Yeah.
But he took that stance, and
They didn't want none of it.
but he was always like that. Family first, academics, and then athletics. And we respected it so much more, and we were a better team because of it.
But we talk about the problems with education. There's one of them. It's not just the resources teachers don't get. It's where the priorities are in these institutions.
Right.
It's not about the education.
I always think, to me, it's so funny, like, you know, we do give this preferential treatment to these star athletes.
Yes.
Like, what if the kid came in behind me and was like, you know, I'm feeling tired too. It's like, you scored 3 points last game. Sit down.
In fact, you get more homework.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get any.
Yeah. Nothing.
Like, there's a star level to
Gotcha.
it too. The backup linebacker doesn't get the same
No, he does
treatment
not.
the star quarterback does.
No.
We had a good academic school. I actually taught Derwin James.
Did you really?
Yeah, the safety for the Chargers taught Derwin James. And let me tell you right now, that man could do whatever he wanted in my class because he was gigantic.
Okay, yeah.
As jacked as he is now, he was that jacked in high school.
Really?
Woo! He would sit down and he'd be like, can I borrow a pencil? I'd be like, I'll sharpen it for you.
Gotcha.
I got it.
He could come to his class like an hour late. No, we were just all early. You're on time.
We were early. Why would I do that? I'm so sorry. So sorry. No, these school sports, I mean, it's become like it's a way out for a lot of kids, but
Absolutely.
also
It's opportunity.
Yeah, it's opportunity, and it's money now. That's the other thing that we haven't even talked about. So, and I'm just going to briefly touch on this because I do want to get to the teachers in the news, but the problem that I see now is before it was just, oh, you can get into college and play college ball. Therefore, we're going to help you. You know, there might be some pressure on the teachers, but now with college sponsorship money involved, now you can have a check coming to you and your family for millions of dollars, these NIL things that they're doing. Now it's become like, hey, no, you're going to pass them.
Yeah.
You know, money's on the line now. Yeah. It's not even like starting positions on the line. It's now you're holding us from getting paid.
Yeah. Even though he can't sign his name on the check, he needs to get passed.
He will. He'll initial it.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny that you say that? Because I collect sports cards.
Yeah.
And the signatures, like you get a signature of like Lou Gehrig, you know, and it's LOU. And then you get a signature today of like Mo Bamba, it's an M. I don't think they know how to spell their names sometimes.
Well, they don't know how to write cursive anymore.
Yeah. There are ones that just write, these athletes just write in like plain letters. Like it's, like
wow.
That's their signature.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they know cursive.
I don't think they do either, sir.
Maybe not.
Gotcha.
But you would think you know how to sign something.
Or teach
But
them just to sign that way.
It's
one
all
time.
initials. It's
Yeah.
all initials. But yeah, so I don't know. This sports, I sit here and I look at the sports and I think that it's a problem. I know that it was a problem in my school. I'm anxious. Is it a problem in your school? Do you feel like there's pressure for the athletes to be passed? Do you feel like that pressure gets passed on to the teachers, to where it's looking at you like you're the one keeping the star quarterback from playing?
Yeah.
It's your responsibility. Let us know in the comments. Send those messages and messages obviously on like Facebook and Instagram and
Mr.
all that good
Siebold,
stuff.
where's your school spirit?
I know, right? No,
Yeah.
that I've had those talks.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had
okay.
those talks. So we got a game coming up, and just making sure that you're on track with us, and I'm on track. I'm on track. I'm not on track. I'm not running
not
on track.
on track.
I'm not running. I'm not doing anything.
He can't spell track. But yeah.
Let's go into the teachers in the news. All right.
My favorite.
A teacher union leader says that violence against staff is making the teacher shortage worse. I will say this. And this is a trend nationwide.
Okay.
But man, I see teachers getting beat up,
I've seen it.
attacked. And this one's from Atlanta. I'm not going to lie. I would never, ever, ever teach in Atlanta because of the amount of violence I see coming out of Atlanta. I look at teachers in the news. I type teacher and I just scroll through. It's like teacher assaulted, and I click on it. Atlanta. Teacher beat up. Click on it. Atlanta. Teacher kidnapped. Click on it. Atlanta. Like it's like
Crazy.
I'm like, why? Why? It's unbelievable the amount of violence they have there, and they say. Quite obviously, it's causing a teacher shortage. I don't know if that's because teachers are leaving or they're just missing.
Or they don't have good hands.
Yeah. I tell you, man, talk about sports, after school boxing.
Yes.
But
Yes.
they have a teacher shortage here in Georgia. I'm sure you're aware, it says. And many of the educators who have chosen to leave, part of that issue, they said the main part is the violence and discipline in the schools.
Now, what happens to the kids when they do assault a teacher? Do they go to jail? Do they go to juvie? What happens?
Depends. But yeah, some of them say, oh my gosh, this one says my injuries are extensive. This is an injury with the teacher. That's the one that had her leg broken.
Oh my God.
GoFundMe was arranged. They raised over $11,000. But apparently, they charged the ninth grader as a juvenile, and they do have the option to charge her as an adult. But her. So, I mean, it says these students are seeing so much violence in their daily lives that's manifesting itself in their behavior at schools. I don't know that there's always been violence.
Yes.
There's always been violence. I was playing Grand Theft Auto 1, years ago.
You were.
Beating up,
Yeah.
people on the side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go, hey, you know what? Let me go beat up my teacher.
No, you didn't do that.
I'll tell you right now, my parents were involved.
Yes.
How as a parent do you raise a violent child? And I'm not talking about, there are obviously parents that have problems with the students and their children that have violent tendencies because of other underlying conditions, and that can be addressed, in a different way. But I'm talking like just a out of control kid.
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm going to shoot parents some bail a little bit here. I didn't have any problems with violence with my kids. My kids grew up and they never hit, man. Thank God for that. And there's some parents who are going through it right now. I have friends that are going through it. They raise their kids the same way I did, with the same ideals and values. It's just sometimes there's violence in kids. But the thing is, they need help. They need certain things that they're just not getting, whether there's only one parent at home, whether the parents are both working and they're there by themselves. So they're kind of raising themselves. But when a kid hits, there's a problem. They learned it from somewhere, or they're doing some things that they need to get corrected. They need help, whatnot. So I think it starts with a good home life. I think you do the best you can as a parent. It's not always easy. But when these kids are hitting teachers, there's a problem. And when it's manifesting itself more and more, we got to do something as I don't know. I don't know what to do exactly, but these kids need some kind of help.
I think they do too. I think there's got to be some mental help, something.
Something. There is something there. Yeah.
But it's so wild that we have parents and we have school, and there's nothing in between to cope with behavioral, like learning issues, social adjustments.
Yeah.
None of that stuff. It's just, hey, you're at home in the privacy with your family, and bam, you're in a school full of 900 other kids.
That's right.
There's no in between how to deal with smaller situations.
And I don't think solution is a pill either. That's just my humble opinion. Yeah.
Some people would argue, but again. All right, now this next one, I just don't know. I read some stuff, and this one, I read the headline, and it says, teacher who made some suggestive things, adult content in their classroom vows revenge on the friend who exposed her.
Oh, wait a minute.
She says that apparently she was making some, stuff for her account online.
Yeah.
She thought it was private and said, nobody's going to see that I'm doing this stuff. Mm-hmm. And apparently a friend exposed her and I guess let the cat out of the bag. Pun intended.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways, and apparently she said she posted a line. This line kills me. In November, a family friend decided to expose my identity on national news. This morning, I realized her husband and I work out at the same time in the morning in the same gym. Karma is coming for you. What?
Oh.
And I bet that husband was like, "Oh, for real?
For real? Oh,
For real?
my wife's always tripping.
Yeah. But it's so crazy to me. Like, I guess a friend exposed. But this is the thing. Okay, she messed up because I'm not necessarily against this adult content. I am against making it like classroom themed.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's not illegal.
Apparently, she recorded some of the stuff in her classroom.
Okay, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was after school, But,
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if she hadn't done that, there's another teacher that I know that was national news that had this on the side and didn't do that in the classroom. Did it only at home, and their account after being exposed blew up.
Oh.
And now they make a lot of money.
Okay.
So I mean, that friend might have been trying to help.
Yeah.
Let me get some girls some publicity. And then she violated the terms. They deleted the account. But here's the thing that I thought was hysterical when I read this. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know you could do this. She said when her story went public about this account online, she released a statement admitting that she created the content to make extra money on the side. She said she had chosen alias and blocked the entire state of Arizona from accessing her account. You can block a state.
I didn't know that.
Arizona, blocked. I just thought, I was like, what?
I didn't know you could do that either.
I didn't know either, but that's pretty wild. So you just don't want anybody in the state of Arizona to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I can tell you why her friend did it. Her friend's what we like to call a hater.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly why she did it.
Yeah, she was like,
She found her husband on it.
Yeah.
That's why she did it. Yep.
Woo,
There you go.
Jerry. Teachers in Trumbull, I don't know where that is, Trumbull. I think it's CT Post, so it'd have to be Connecticut.
Got it.
Said that teachers will be receiving an 11% pay hike.
Oh, wow.
That is legit. Apparently, the council approved it. Here's why this made the news, okay, to me. Anyways, I always read through these, and I look for these little tidbits of gold, and I thought it was so funny. They received 11%. It's a good raise.
That's quite a hike.
Then I read this line. Town Council Chair Ashley G. said the panel voted for the contract because it was cheaper than the alternative of trying to lower the number through continued negotiation. They voted to approve the pay raise because they were like, yeah, it'd be too expensive for us to sue you to get it back.
Yeah.
So, you get it.
There you go.
And that's the whole mentality around teacher raises.
Jesus, bro.
Is that it's not... We are doing this because we love you.
Nah.
You deserve it. We're doing this because we can't afford to sue you to get it back as low as we want. What a slap to the face.
And go out there and teach those kids.
Oh, my gosh. I was reading that, and I was like, oh, my gosh. But this is the thing. The teachers were complaining.
Okay.
Because apparently this is lower. Everyone else around them got 12%. They got 11%. Whatever. But it's so crazy because the North and the South differential. Like when I read
You don't say.
When I never seen you so serious before.
Really,
Yeah.
Devin?
But the salaries in the North. So this is Connecticut.
Okay.
In the South, down here, we start low. All the southern states are low pay for teachers. Starts off at $53,000 a year for a teacher. Not bad. With advanced degrees, you can earn up to $127,000 a year as a teacher.
That sounds pretty good.
That's legit,
Yeah.
especially with that. That's the 11% pay raise. So
On top of that.
I'm on board. All right. And this last one, a vacant teacher housing building is going to burn in Sabunga. Apparently it caught fire. in Savoonga. Now, have you ever heard of Savoonga?
No.
No, I haven't. I looked at these pictures. It is a frozen tundra of a wasteland. Now, I came across this one, and you know how you fall into those internet rabbit holes?
I've done it.
Yeah, I was looking it up, and this is a vacant building that was a teacher housing unit. They don't use it for teacher housing anymore. Apparently nothing there. They don't know what caused the fire. It lit on fire. The town does not have a fire department. So school employees and village residents assisted in dousing the flames. And they got it down.
Wait a minute. Let me just make sure I understood that correctly. The town does not have a fire department.
Okay, so I've never seen a place in my life that I would refuse to live.
Yeah.
But Savoonga, I'm not living there.
It's up there.
Yeah, this town apparently has 800 residents. James, you know what their average temperature is year-round?
No.
5 degrees.
No, sir.
5 degrees year-round.
Definitely.
The highest temperature ever recorded in Savoonga, 68 degrees. The highest temperature ever recorded.
Why live there?
It says there's 800 people that live there, and it is the walrus capital of the world.
Well, you didn't
And
mention
they-
walrus, so now
I know.
I get it.
Book your flight. But what's crazy is they have an airport there, but they are very isolated. It is so crazily far west it's literally off of Alaska. You're almost touching Russia.
Oh my God!
Like literally, you're like right there. And it says that there's
You can
800,
smell the communism.
there's 800 people there.
Yeah.
40% of them work for the school. And the school's funded by the state of Alaska. So if the school ever decided not to have a school there,
We're out of a job.
yeah, we're out of a job. How'd you like to be the bus driver? We got 74 inches of snow today.
Yeah.
It would literally be an endless snow day up there. It's just covered in snow all the time. They have 145 homes there.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Now, I can never do snow. I know I look like I'm built for it, but I'm tropical people. I can't do it. God bless y'all.
I've never seen anything like it, but their population is 800 right now. But those temperatures, the record low is negative 36.
No, I'm going to have to Shark Tank it. For those reasons, I'm out.
But it literally looks like a terrible frozen. Look at that, James. Look at this visual. It's a horrible frozen wasteland of nothing.
It's a block of ice.
Yep.
Okay.
It's so funny because there's a fire that's broke out in this photo, and you see no flames.
No.
Just smoke. Even the fire's like, no, it's cold out there.
Yeah. Whoa, we should stay in this building.
What's going on? But I don't know. So anyways, I read that. I thought that's hysterical to me, and it is. So that's Teachers in News. If you have any Teachers in News, feel free to submit them to us. You can let me know in the comment section. You can message us, cryinginmycar@gmail.com, or you can, message me on Facebook, or James too as well. Be sure to follow him. Now, James, we talked about sports in the beginning.
Yes.
There are different sports, okay?
I've heard.
And we're going to continue this discussion because there's rich kids sports,
Oh.
and then there's average poor
Gotcha.
kids sport. You got the football players, you got the basketball players.
I've seen that.
You know it's a private school when you see the water polo players.
Yes.
When you see the
Yeah.
what is it? Cricket, croquet.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do they have?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Yes.
That's it. That's
Yes.
every South Florida school, prep academy. But one that you don't really see that often, that I see up north, but I don't see down here, hockey.
That's true.
Yeah, hockey players. So the reason I was bringing this up is because I was thinking in Savoonga, there's no football team.
No, there is not.
There's no baseball team. You're not playing outside in an average temperature of -5.
No, sir.
You can hit the ball with your arm. It's frozen like a baseball bat.
Notice they don't have a golf club.
They don't have a golf club.
No.
Where's the golf club facility at? No, I'm sorry, we
don't have that.
Yeah. So I thought, how can we talk about how teaching is like hockey?
Ah.
So I came up with a top 10 list of top 10 ways teaching is like hockey.
I like
James, number 9. Or number 10, sorry. I
Yeah.
just started. How am I off? Okay. Number 10. When you ask a kid to take off their hat, then it mysteriously comes back on their head 4 minutes later. That's a hat trick.
Oh,
That is the hat
okay.
trick. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to laugh at all of them.
All
James.
right,
That wasn't
okay.
that good. Number 9, it would be a lot more boring without the fights. That's
Yes,
true.
yes.
Both would be a lot more, you kind of want to hit them, take the gloves off.
There you go.
Number 7, Number 8. I don't know what. No, I'm just going to go next one.
This countdown's been brought to you by Adderall.
You put a kid in the penalty box, and 3 minutes later, he's back in action.
Yeah.
Every time. Every hour, the Zamboni resets the ice. I pick up 8 pounds of trash on my floor, resetting class between the periods as well.
Good one.
Next one. I can't pronounce their names either. Boris with 3 eyes? What is this? When the light above the goal goes off, everyone gets excited. I have the same reaction when the light from the fire alarm goes off. I'm like, we're out of here. All right. Next one. I guess this is number 3 because I got 3 left. So number 3, education also gets overshadowed by basketball and football.
Damn it, man.
Little chew on them. That's too serious for some of you.
Yeah, some of you are like, that hurt. Yeah, that hurt.
All right, number 2. The New Jersey Devils is both a hockey team and what I call students that move from the north.
We're going to get some calls on that one.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get some
from
comments
Jersey
on that one, yeah.
That's where the Savunga people are still angry. They're hitting their Morse code. This is the worst podcast.
Set it out, Dubs.
It's frozen.
It's frozen.
The number one reason or way hockey is like teaching. People come by my room and beat on the glass and curse at me too. I hate you, Siebold. Oh man,
those damn parents.
I know.
Yeah.
James, do you have a good time?
I always have a great time on this podcast.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good time listening to it. Be sure to rate it 5 stars. Be sure to share it with your friends. We had record amount of downloads last month. Thank you for checking it all out. And obviously, I think it's not just us. It's the dude at Brand Crumbs that puts this all together.
True.
Yeah, they do a pretty solid job.
They do.
Anyways, my name is Devin. You can check me out at devincomedy.com. James, where can people find you?
People can definitely find me, James Yan, comedian, on Instagram. Please like and follow me. I love you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And catch me on tour. Board Teachers Comedy Tour. I'm out there traveling the U.S. Hopefully see some familiar faces out on the road. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. So there might be a clip up there. There might be a clip down there. If it's got our face, if it's other people's stuff, come back. Don't click on that, But us, suggested things. That's us crying in my car. Devin Siebold, James Yan, Board Teachers. Watch. New trailer for Indiana Jones. No, don't do that. Don't do that.